Look at that. Salmon red flames. This is 1400, 1500 degrees. This is a work of art.
You're talking about episode number 12, Fire. It was written by Chris Carter and directed by Larry Shaw. It premiered on December 17th, 1993. It is a Monster of the Week episode.
Top of the morning to you.
Before supper.
So this is the danger of having too much generational wealth. You never learn stop, drop, and roll. So you're just laying there waiting for your servants to put you out. That is the face of a villain. This is Mark Shepard, who has been a regular on several series, including Battlestar Galactica, Leverage, Supernatural, and Doom Patrol. He does a really good job here as this deranged, manipulative pyromaniac.
Sure, I locked it.
Must be an X-File. What's that?
I told you I locked the door.
When he popped the tape into the car stereo, he armed a device, which when he tried to exit the car, created an explosion which was heard 5 miles away, and deposit the engine block on top of a 3-story building.
Aren't we looking rather ghostly? Oh, come on, don't tell me you left your sense of humour in Oxford 10 years ago.
I'm not sure I'd find that very funny either. Is this believable? I don't know.
Killed off a ranking member of Parliament, or 3 for good measure. Set Windsor Castle ablaze in 1992. This one likes to burn his victims alive. Oh, goodbye.
Meow.
We knew each other in school in England. She was brilliant, and I got in over my head and paid the price.
I don't think Scully buys it either. No.
Is there any kind of incendiary device used?
Yes, actually. The victim's body.
Spontaneous combustion.
They should have found more work for this guy. His name is Duncan Fraser. He could have done something else later in the series, or even maybe been a semi-regular in this role.
He was murdered. However, we've turned up no evidence that tells us how the body caught fire.
Well, the reaction is so intense that it splits the water into hydrogen and oxygen. It just adds fuel to the fire. Well, that's about the only explanation that I can give you.
But there have been cases of pyrokinetics, people who can control and conduct fire.
Do the English lack a sense of smell? Because the whole house is going to smell like kerosene.
I'm Bob, the caretaker. We've been exchanging letters.
Oh, good heavens, yes, of course. Hello, Bob. How are
Excuse the
you?
pain.
Bloody little cur, I'll skin you alive.
Alright, violation here. That dog is too cute to be mean to. I'm sorry, I know he's a villain. We're setting that up, but cross the line there.
See, I'm the caretaker now.
Something else I haven't told you about myself, Scully. I hate fire. Hate it. I'm scared to death of it.
There's a big snake in the plane, Jock! Oh, that's just my pet snake, Reggie! I hate snakes, Jock! I hate them!
Okay, listen. Aside from the rare firebug, basically all biological life has an innate fear of fire, so...
Oh my God. Take a look at this.
10 years seems sufficient time to have forgiven, if not forgotten, a few youthful indiscretions.
I'm cursed with photographic memory.
Does he really have a photographic memory? I don't remember that. Maybe he's just being hyperbolic here. Or it could be Chris Carter has crammed yet another piece of canon into this script.
Is there any chance that we could impose upon you to drive the family into town?
I'd be very happy to do it as a favor.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Unless you wanted to set a trap.
I had thought of that,
But we must be careful and discreet. Oh, and I've taken a room at the hotel for the night.
Here's the plan. We'll use the family as bait and not tell them. It's a great idea. Also, while we're on duty, let's meet in my room later.
I've got something to show you. I'm gonna come up there.
What have you got?
I might have some information on the identity of your arson suspect.
No, it's just I'm kind of anticipating having my hands full.
So Mulder, with no suspect and no understanding of motive or method, is turning down Scully's attempt to provide information because he's going to have his hands full.
Enjoying yourself?
It's good food, witty conversation. I'm having the time of my life.
I've thought about you often.
Oh, okay. Scully has to be here to see this. Right, gotcha.
There's a fire upstairs.
What?
On the 14th floor.
That's where the children are.
Here we
Oh my God, are you all right? We saved their lives.
Well done. Good job. Thank you.
You at all interested in what I came all the way up here to show you? A Cecil Lively. He worked as a gardener for 2 of the victims.
What did you find on him?
Nothing.
So he's clean.
Until he died in 1971 in a London tenement fire. On a list of recent visas issued by the British government, Cecil Lively's passport was stamped by U.S. immigration officials 2 weeks ago at the port of entry in Boston.
Yep, that's him, all right. Chris Carter really wants us to hate her, doesn't he? I think he succeeded. I think I hate her.
I found this out in the garage.
He's worked for us for over 10 years.
Well, obviously there's been some type of mistake.
It's like we found the missing driver.
Let me just say, this is an incredibly effective visual.
I'll take care of the children. Go!
You gonna be okay, Mulder?
Oh yeah, I'll be fine.
Federal agent.
You won't shoot me. The spark from that round won't blow this whole house to kingdom come.
Scully is now 12 for 12. Okay, so this is her redemption. Is throwing rocket fuel in his face while screaming. That's great.
Back off, Scully! It's the accelerant!
No!
Care to take me to lunch? Scare you?
You have no idea.
The arson suspect, Cecil Lively, was admitted to Boston Mercy Hospital with 5th and 6th degree burns over his entire body.
I'm just dying for a cigarette.
That little piece of skin really looks like a devil's horn. So here we have another monster that survives that could have had an encore performance. So fire. What do we think? This is one of those good but flawed episodes. Phoebe Green and Mulder's pyrophobia seems incredibly contrived. The idea here is to make Mulder overcome his fear and then resist the emotional manipulations of a dubious ex-girlfriend. This is Chris Carter's modus operandi. he starts with an interesting premise, and he shoehorns in a bunch of seemingly random story elements in some kind of attempt to make the script more mysterious. Phoebe is played way too over the top, and Scully resists most of the attempts to make her jealous. I think some of that is actually Gillian and her facial expressions. It doesn't seem to me that she was really playing into that. The arson specialist does a nice job. Cecil/Bob, as the villain, plays this almost perfectly as a capricious and terrifying killer. There's also some very good practical effects in this episode. Overall, Fire is an adequate fill-in monster of the week. What you're going to see here is a really sharp contrast between this episode trying to build some kind of meaningful character depth with the very next episode we'll see. That's it. That's Fire. Next is trivia, and then we'll do lucky number 13, Beyond the Sea.
Dana, Fox, please understand that from here we can return to the past